Grand Trivia with the Grand Triviamaster of the Aquarium Empire, Fluval!
Hello!
Yay!
Hello, lovely third-dimensional beings. How are you?
Yay,
I don't actually care!
Yay, Fluval!
Thank you, Charlene.
Yay!
Thank you, intern
Yay!
Charlene. Thank you for applauding for me and showing the proper reverence.
Yay, Fluval!
It's not actually HPV time right now, though, crudely, John. It's time for Grand Trivia with me, Fluval!
It's Fluval!
Grand Triviamaster of the Aquarium Empire!
He's better than HPV because he's better than everyone.
I mean, it's true. This is actually... And as you can see, my snazzy hologram is here to give you some trivia. But first, before we get into trivia, we're going to play a wonderful word from our sponsors to give people time to show up, because we realize you lowly third-dimensional beings still function in a linear time scale.
Lit, always, for the more important things in life, like Grand Trivia with Grand Triviamaster, the
And so here we
Aquarium
go.
Empire Fluval.
Time for a special word from actually you.
From me.
Yeah. Kiesel! I apologize, Kiesel.
Kiesel.
Kiesel messed up the audio on that, so you don't hear it. Let me fix that for you.
Intern
Kiesel,
Orientation Program.
There it is.
Module 23, Cultural Anthropology 3D. If you're in this module, that means that you were in the top 3.14% of your Principles of Pain cohort. That means that you, out of 60 million interns, have shown the brutality necessary to intern for the Grand Aquarium Empire Network's prime time shows. If you survive the next 9,000 advanced placement modules, you could be an intern on critically acclaimed programs such as Shark Tank, The Floor is Lava, and 25,000 Casualty Pyramid. For today's lesson, we will be joined by our EduBot 5000, N3RD, the only robot in any dimension with a complete physical, mental, and metaphysical understanding of the 21st century third-dimensional human culture. In order to properly torture a third-dimensional human, an intern must be able to think like a third-dimensional human. And what better way to plumb the heart and soul of a civilization than by examining the artifacts left by their media networks?
Hello, I am N3RD, the only robot in any dimension with a complete physical, mental, and metaphysical understanding of 21st century third-dimensional human culture. This Flognar, I am here to present to you the website for the third-dimensional film Space Jam, an artifact of critical importance to understanding human culture of the era. The Space Jam website was designed by graphic designer, photographer, and artist Jen Braun, who also created the Joe's Apartment and Pokemon the Movie websites, which were equally critical to understanding that era. To verify the continued existence of the Space Jam website, we rely on the noble sentinel called @SpaceJamCheck, which sends site status updates every 3 Flognars. The appeal of the Space Jam was rooted in the uniting of two colossi of the 20th century landscape. As such, we shall begin the tour with the lineup. The amount of ink a culture spills to document a public figure's life is often a clear indication of their status in that society. As you can see, the bio of Bugs Bunny is far longer than that of any of the NBA stars featured in the film, including Michael Jordan himself. This Michael Jordan was clearly not a very skilled basketball player. After all, the website indicates that merely reading a few basketball tips could make you just as skilled as he was. Do you know how to play basketball as well as Michael Jordan? If you read these tips, you will. Or maybe not. Either way, come back soon to learn some basketball terms as well. Alas, it appears the basketball terms were never added. A note which I'm sure will disappoint the Aquarium Empire terribly is featured on the Distorting Michael Jordan section of the Tech Notes page, where they clarify this wasn't some Frankensteinian experiment, but a matter of scanning Michael and storing his digital image in a computer. This enabled Cinesite to manipulate the footage of Jordan in exactly the same way as any other artwork. Michael could be stretched, squashed, and even wadded up into the shape of a basketball. Obviously, the Aquarium Empire would use practical effects instead. The website is not entirely misguided. One positive is based on Jam Central's production notes section. It's very clear that 1990s humanity had their priorities straight. The fiber optic network used by Cinesite to transmit and receive animation information between the US and London is the world's fastest, exceeding the speed of those used by government agencies and defense contractors. It appears as though the humans were quite in awe of themselves. To quote the trailer section, "The jamminest 2 minutes of trailer time that ever hit a theater. It's 7.5 megabytes. It's QuickTime, and it's worth it." And if you examine the press box shuttle, you will see that they dedicated a portion of the website to documenting news about Space Jam. While there is no news currently displayed, if you look closely, you can see remnants of previous inscriptions, including when they promoted the website of Mars Attacks. An enigma is the shooting hoops section of Planet B-Ball, which simply reads, "Check out the other cool sections of the site." Is this a trap meant to lure hapless media networks to their doom? We shall never know, because we are far too savvy to explore more of this website. In addition to all of the preceding points, there is one aspect of the film which must be discussed, and it's a point that may have even been invisible to the third-dimensional humans who viewed the film during its initial release. And that is how the film functions as agitprop to reassure humans that they would be able to repel an alien invasion. The weak nerdlucks are clearly intended to pacify humans with the false hope that aliens would need to suck at their teats to gain power, rather than already exist at a level far beyond their comprehension. With that reminder of aquarium superiority, I bid you adieu.
This has been a production of the Grand Aquarium Empire Network's Intern Orientation Program. Copyright Intern Christie.
Good job, intern Cheryl. Thank you for making that for us all.
Oh my god, thank you, Fluval. Oh my god.
I mean, you did as good a job as any third-dimensional being could be expected to do, which is terrible.
Oh my god.
I agree that humans are bad enough. I don't know what you're comparing them to, but humans are always bad enough.
We're terrible.
Thank you, Happy Rouge. Happy Rogue 10. Thank you. But now it looks like everyone's here, so it's time for Grand Trivia with Grand Triviamaster of the Aquarium Empire, Fluval!
It's Fluval.
It's me.
It is.
So go to the third-dimensional website, Kahoot.it, which we have temporarily overwhelmed with our fifth-dimensional signals for our trivia.
It was fun.
I'm also, while you're joining, I'm going to just talk to Purple Hat here, who implied that an aquarium would want to engage in copulation and fornication, and I'm disappointed with you, as I'm always with third-dimensional beings, and your obsession with matter, consumption, and copulation. We don't need that. We just reproduce through decanting. We have all been decanted from the tank of Grand Emperor Aquarium himself. And it's just disappointing. Do I pay? No. We don't pay third-dimensional beings for anything. Who's it?
No.
Who is that? That sounds like a surprisingly great third-dimensional being.
Zant?
Zent. Z-H-E-N-T. That sounds like a very wise creature, and I'm glad they're here.
Right?
No, I mean, again, the problem isn't this specific third-dimensional being. It's that fornication and copulation are just disgusting, as is any matter consumption, and most activities that third-dimensional beings engage in are just repulsive to me, and
Fluval is so great and so wonderful. I wouldn't even consider.
I don't need dinner! I don't need dinner.
No.
I don't eat. I don't drink. I don't consume any matter. Oh, aquarium sucks with a Z. I mean, look, we'll let you continue in our game, but
We'll destroy your planet.
grow up. Grow up. Grow up, aquarium sucks. Grow up. Oh, you're not. Love is also gross. Ugh.
Oh, no.
Love is the worst third-dimensional emotion.
I had that
I
removed,
just-
actually.
Yeah, you
That's
got
why
your love center removed from your brain.
And I would never dream of copulation. That would just lead to more third-dimensional
That's
beings.
just so gross.
There's already too many of us.
Fish are friends. If you're cruel and unusual enough, we will be friendly.
Fish are to be worshipped. To think that we would be
Oh.
on the same level.
Finally, someone in here has their head on straight, assuming you have a head. Aquarium, cool.
Yes.
We
yes.
are very cool.
Yes.
Only
They're
cool
coolest.
George Lucas comes close to reaching up to our level of coolness with his sunglasses.
This is true.
Oh. Lust is going on in the chat.
No.
Dr. PP!
No. Oh my god, that's
See,
disgusting.
I don't like Dr. PP because the PP is used in multiple gross activities.
It just represents excretion, which represents taking in of matter, which is a disgusting,
Excretion is
horrifying,
just disgusting.
lowly third-dimensional habit.
Oh.
I also had that removed.
Well, I'm glad you... Yeah, you run on hate. You run on
Yeah,
pure,
I filter
unadulterated
feed.
hate now. Why is this chat horned?
Why is the chat
I mean, you're
hard?
third-dimensional beings. Horned is sort of just a state of mind,
Yeah.
a state of nature for a lot of you. Not all.
I invented that.
But
We send horns
you invented
down
horns?
to the planets. Yeah, it's horned. It's the past tense of horned. I send horns down to the planet, and then phew, they impale everyone.
I thought it was something like the past tense of a horta. Like after a horta died, it became a hort.
Oh yeah.
But I think it looks like we have 18 viewers, 16 people in the chat, in the trivia. I think we're ready to go. Oh, 6 PP Maves. Hi, PP Maves.
Hi, PP Maves.
Hort is a state of mind, yes. And then Paquito Palm. Nice. All 18 of you are here, so let's get going. 19, there's more. Lust PP. Ugh. I'm gonna just die that that's.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ah.
Lust. Ugh, lust PP is just.
Ugh. I'm so sorry that you have
It's
to deal with
okay.
these terrible third-dimensional
It's okay,
things.
it's
Fluval.
okay.
I'm so sorry for our terrible.
Yeah, well, here we
lack
go.
of-
I will tolerate third-dimensional beings for slightly longer, as this is episode 2 of Grand Trivia with Fluval, Grand Triviamaster of the Aquarium Empire!
You're so great, Fluval.
Which of the following is not a version of the English term, average Joe? The Scottish one, the Bosnian one, the Hebrew one, or the Danish one? I can't pronounce, I could pronounce them, but I choose not to.
Oh no, that would be a terrible
You
for you
have
to
15
lower
seconds left, but there's a
yourself.
delay, so you gotta get your answer in.
We have knife number meaning irritating idiot. The Hebrew, Yisrael Yisraeli, which means Israel, who's Israeli. We have Marco Markovic.
It was actually, sorry to step on your, not sorry, I don't know why I'm apologizing.
Fluval
I am
never.
flustered.
I'm
Look.
so sorry that you felt you had to apologize to me, Fluval. I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry.
That was a test and you
So
passed.
sorry, Fluval.
You passed the test. But it was a pretty even divide this time, but the correct answer that's not real was the Scottish one.
Yes. We destroyed all of them before they were able
Yeah.
to come up with a
It would have
generic name.
happened, but in this timeline that we're asking about, Scotland was destroyed.
Yeah.
So who's in the first right now? Filet-O-Fish. I don't approve of that, but I like that remarkable being Zent is in second place.
Fish and tomato.
And then Annie, and then Paquito Palmin. Ta. A lot of you seem uncertain about your identities, which I think is fair as third-dimensional beings.
That's true.
But here's your next question. Which TV host was born in a tube station during World War II? David Attenborough, Jerry Springer, Regis Philbin, and James May. One of these people was born in a tube station during your Second World War.
Yeah. Not in a tube like a decanting tube, which
No.
is how the aquarium reproduce, and it's the most glorious, beautiful, most amazing, and incredible and luminous way of reproduction that has ever been invented.
Thank you for clarifying that. I wouldn't want any third-dimensional beings to get a big head. And the answer is
Precisely.
Jerry Springer. One of you got that correct. The former Cleveland mayor Jerry Springer was born in a tube tube station, not a real tube, during World War II. What did that do to our standings?
He brought so much
Oh,
discomfort. and
Tiger
pain.
Bates revenge. I assume revenge, and if it's revenge, good on
revenge
you.
is
I approve of
good.
revenge. Revenge is
Yes.
is one of the better third-dimensional emotions.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Question.
way in which we reflect your greatness.
Which is the first known non-mammal species to communicate via infectious laughter. And obviously, just to clarify, this is on Earth. The first known
Yes.
Earth-based non-mammal species. Obviously, the chattering ants of Beta 5
No.
are not in this question.
No.
Neither are the Chattering class, which are a bunch of skulls that rule a comedy world.
Yeah.
And are actually a lot of fun.
There's so much fun.
Beta 5 is a real shithole, I agree. Alpha 5 is just so much better. Aye.
Oh my god.
You're here to commit revenge. And it was the key parrot.
Pets.
Parrot.
They're kind of like birds, except that they fly. And that's a degenerate, terrible thing to do.
They're pretty fly for a third-dimensional being. Next one. Oh, wow! Annie came up in first. Aquarium Cool, who I'm rooting for, is in second. Filet-O-Fish is in third. Sunnyshine Starflowers is in fourth. And Tom is holding up to their spot in the rankings. Oh, what's the Kahoot code again? Thank you, Bull City by the Bay. I'm glad you got that clarified. I know you're a third-dimensional being, and so your brain forgets things. But Redactyl has it here, and it's on the bottom of the screen.
It's pretty quick for a third-dimensional being, Redactyl. Thank you very much for your appropriate show of deference.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the deference.
Yeah.
It's appreciated because, I mean, so much deference is required for me deigning to spend this time with you.
I know.
Next question. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I apologize. I'm in a weird mood tonight. When Steven Spielberg re-enrolled at California State Long Beach, he was given course credit in which subject? Paleontology for making Jurassic Park. Journalism for making The Post. This is a dark day for Dr. PP. Forensic science for making Minority Report, or marine biology for making Jaws. Not Moose Jaws. That was Kevin Smith.
No, not Moose Jaws.
Not Moose Jaws. Which of these? One of these is real.
Yeah.
Which I think really helps expose just the oddness of the educational system.
That's
your
true.
world.
The only appropriate educational system I've ever seen is the intern orientation program because it teaches proper deference.
And of course, all of the what is it? That's the acid tests that Dr. Timothy Leary administers in our human zoo.
Yes.
That is also valid. And it was paleontology for making Jurassic Park, that famed movie with dinosaurs hiding in the dark.
Yeah, they're scary there. It's really awesome.
Filet-O-Fish is in first. Tom is in second. Annie is in third. Friends are fish. Fish are friends in
They're
fourth.
more than friends. They're
But-
like our gods.
That is relatively close for a third-dimensional being, but I am still disappointed. I actually kind of hope they win because the prize is something I would appreciate dishing out to them. And then Aquarium Cool is in fifth. What is our next question? It is, well, an Oscar is of unnamed value to someone who wins or loses one. What is the statue's raw value? $1,200, $600, the life of their firstborn, or $100. One of these is the raw value if you stole a statue. An Oscar statue does not take in the engraving into account or the sentimental collector's value of it.
No.
Purple Hat 98 is in 23rd place right now.
Because you're a loser, because you're a third dimensional
Oscar has a trick up his
being.
sleeve for this one. Hundo. At least one. It is $600. That picture was really hot. I mean, it was molten gold, so it probably had quite a high temperature. That's correct. What did that do to our standings? A lot of you got that right. Oh, wow. Tom is in first. Annie is in second. Hot Fisher Friends. So, it's a... Fisher Friends is on a hot streak.
Oh,
3 correct answers in a row. Filet-O-Fish is in fourth, and Zent taking up his rightful spot on, I assume that's my mistake, on the
I
leaderboards.
know. We have the degeneracy of having genders, and I'm so sorry about that.
You should apologize for that.
I'm so sorry.
Next
about
question.
Degenerate.
It's illegal to own only one of the following animals in Switzerland. Human children, alligators, parakeets, or guinea pigs.
You have to have. You can't have just one. You can't have just one. They're like interns.
It's true. No, you need a whole multitude of any of these.
I mean, with the way we burned through them so quickly.
Well, we burned through interns real quick.
They're dimensional.
Kiesel's on ZipRecruiter all the time, getting them driven to his garage in cars of denim. The correct answer is guinea pigs. 8 of you got that correct. What did that do to our leaderboard?
It's because they get lonely.
Wait, it's because the guinea pigs get lonely?
Yeah, the guinea pigs get lonely, which is why you can catch them on our new Aquarium Empire show, The Loneliest Guinea Pig.
I'm very excited for that show, and that seems, if anything, more reason to let people own a single guinea pig and no more.
Yeah.
Gotta maximize the loneliness. Annie is in first, Tom is in second, Zent is now in third, Fish Our Friend's hot streak has ended, but they hold on to fourth, and Aquarium Cool is in fifth. Next question. When asked if her husband, Abraham Lincoln, had any hobbies, Mary Todd Lincoln reported the following. No. That was an error, I think, on Kiesel's part. I don't think human children are legal in Switzerland either.
To own them?
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty
I
sure
mean, I guess parents,
that-
arguably.
I can't own even one. However, there was that time where I just purchased all of Switzerland because we needed interns for like a new show push.
Cats were Abraham Lincoln's
Yeah.
hobby.
We have a couple of studio cats. They're also
Yes.
superior beings.
Yes.
They're fourth dimensional beings.
Yes, Cats the
Abraham
movie,
Lincoln
that
was
wonderful
wise.
hallucinogenic trip.
Yes.
And if any, just as a reminder, if any of
That was
you
us.
third dimensional beings have joined since trivia started, this is the code so you can still play along with your fellow lowly beings. What did this do to the standings, though? Yeah, that makes sense. Annie holds on to first. Aquarium Cool is now in second. Filet-O-Fish in third. Tom in fourth. And Zet slides down to fifth. Quiz. Humans are the only animals who do which of these options?
Be terrible and disgusting.
Experience existential terror, laugh, cry, or blush. It's true, there's lots of room under Lincoln's big old hat. Little known fact, it was also a stolen quantum hat, so
Yeah.
it could hold even more room than you're thinking in
lot
your
of
Newtonian model that I presume you hold to as a lowly third dimensional being.
I had an apartment there for a little while.
Yeah, it was convenient.
Ugh, but the smell.
The smell
you
was
cannot
bad.
Imagine.
Oh, yeah. Also, like, I won't get into it. We're not going to elaborate more. Humans are the only animals who blush on many Earths again. There are Earths with the blushing badgers.
Yeah. Blood rushes to our faces because we're so
Wow.
ashamed.
Zent has taken up first place, and Bean, which I don't like because I presume it's a sentient being, and which is thus food playing. And,
Matter.
holding trivia for third dimensional beings is enough. Is embarrassing enough. But for food,
But Fluval, you're the most amazing person.
did you
You're the
just
most
call me a
amazing
person?
thing. Well, because
I am not a person. I am an Aquarius.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ah!
You're a god. You're a creature
I
of
am a-
divine importance
I am
to be with him in space.
Yeah, and look, cats do have a lot of existential terror for sure. I mean, that's why they stare out the window like a housewife from the 50s who wants to be free.
Yes.
Next one. In the book of Revelations, what comes out of Jesus' mouth? This is Jesus Christ, the obscure third dimensional being, obviously. Is it red wine, condemnation of the money changers at the temple, a message of universal love, or a sharp sword?
I know which one I like.
I mean, I know which one I like as well. I would never condemn money changers. They're engaging in legitimate business. June the Fox says it's gravy, and they're a theist, so they know.
Ah.
The answer is a sharp sword. Tenny, you got that right. Wow, very knowledgeable about such an obscure third-dimensional being. He uses it to fill a valley with blood.
It was so cool.
Blood up to a horse's bridle, which I think is just not ambitious enough. It should go so much higher.
Oh no.
Let's see what the trivia. Oh, Zent has fallen down to third. Bean, that sentient food, is in first. Tom is back in second. And Aquarium Sucks is on a hot streak. I don't like you. I just don't like you at all, Aquarium Sucks. You suck. Next question. Where is the headquarters of the United Federation of Planets? Yes, that is canon. That is canon. Shit, I was answering for the Jewish Jesus. Well, that's fair.
There's a couple
Where is
of
the headquarters
those.
of the United Federation of Planets? San Francisco, California, the planet Vulcan, Vulcan, and Washington, D.C. Jesus is the Jewish Jesus. That is correct.
What a terrible piece of propaganda. I don't think
Star
there's
Trek, ugh.
anything that shows aliens in like a least accurate light.
Yeah, we do not look like humans.
A civilization without money? Ugh.
Ugh. 13 of you got that right. It's San Francisco, California. Which is why it got destroyed a lot. We like those
Yeah.
parts. I like when it gets destroyed. I like when any third-dimensional
We've
planet
done
gets
that a
destroyed.
number of times.
Bean has fallen down and still has a correct answer streak somehow. Tom is in first place, and Zent is in second, and Annie is in fourth, and Fish Our Friends is holding up the rear of the leaderboard in fifth. Next question. David Lynch, director and personal documentarian of Grand Emperor Aquarium, practices which technique? Vipassana meditation, blood meditation, transcendental meditation, or laughter meditation? West Coast, Best Coast, yeah. We are all nerds, that's true. Oh!
All third-dimensional beings are stupid nerds.
Okay, that's a confusing fun fact, June the Fox. And which East Coast. I mean, sourdough starters were probably really big there at the start of your quarantine, and that's just gross. Don't make more food. The correct 11, you got it correct. It is transcendental meditation. What does that do to the leaderboard? Did anyone transcend their previous rankings? Yes, Zent and Dr. P. Ugh. Zent did. Dr. PP. Okay. Next question. What was the name of the internet service provider created by the David Bowie? The David Bowie, because David Bowie is actually a fixed point in the universe.
Yeah.
All David Bowies are the single David Bowie.
Yes,
David Bowie is a cosmic being that
this is true.
only appeared to be the third dimensional being, which is why so many identities manifested over the course of David Bowie's career.
That's
It
true.
was in Ziggy Stardust's groovy, far-out interactive cyber world, Bowie Link, BowieNet, or Bowie's creative universe.
Which one?
One of these was his ISP. 2, 1. It was BowieNet for the Bowie Network. BCU. I believe it's spelled David Bowtie. In some manifestations, absolutely go by David Bowtie. The San Francisco treat is BowieNet, David Bowie's ISP.
Yes.
Oh, San Francisco never change. What did that do?
Unless we destroy you.
Well, I mean, yes. Destruction is always a welcome form of change. Tom is in first, Bean is in second, Annie rose to third, Zent fell to fourth, and Fish Our Friends came up in fifth place. Next. After around 1740, after being forbidden from joining the Masons, Roman Catholics formed a secret society named after what dog? Oh, SF Treat was the working title for Dirty Harry, that's correct. But did they join an order named after Pugs, Poochie the Rockin' Dog, German Shepherds, or St. Bernards?
Which one?
One of these is correct. Which is it? Which dog was honored by a secret society? I mean, again, it should have been named after us, but not everyone knows what they should aspire to be, I suppose. And the correct answer was Pug! 2 of you got that correct.
I like Tab.
Well, goodbye, Trillis Pug.
Bye.
Bye, you lowly third-dimensional being. Oh,
Park.
you're a lowly third-dimensional being. You get a lot of things
Yay,
wrong. Most of your
we
worldviews and conceptions of the multiverse are incorrect.
We destroyed their spirit.
That didn't change the rankings at all. At least on the leaderboard. Up next, in 1959, the Aquarium Empire co-produced a film in which an alien tried to destroy humanity. Which movie was it?
Yeah.
There's going to be a clip from that movie that plays right now. Oh. I'm going to replay that. Stupid! Stupid!
Stupid minds.
Your minds are very stupid.
Like all
I
third
know you probably
dimensional
couldn't hear that over that
beings.
music, but that was Kiesel's. Kiesel didn't set the levels right. Kiesel, the station manager. Which movie is that black and white image from? That is Plan 9 from Outer Space. That Plan 911 from Outer Space. That's what you should be dialing probably right now, but not actually. Don't actually dial 911, but with your mind.
No.
Dial to the cosmic.
No
ones
one
with your
can
mental
help you.
With your mental powers, if you have them. Reno 911 from Outer Space. That was also Bela Lugosi's last film.
Yeah.
He appeared in Dracula costume, and I think his chiropractor was involved in the making of it. Bean rose up to first, and Zent is now up in third. Next question. Raptor Ranch, a bird of prey sanctuary, has replaced which Arizona-based roadside attraction? It is Ed Wood's finest work, absolutely. Ed Wood is a fine third-dimensional filmmaker. I don't typically like to compliment third-dimensional beings, but he deserves it. Is it Bedrock City, a Flintstones theme park, Six Flags Over Arizona, the Rainbow Rock Shop, a store with dinosaur statues, or Raptor Ranch, a dinosaur theme park? June the Fox needs a win. I mean, third-dimensional beings.
They all think that
I'm
they
sure
do.
you need to win. I mean, us Aquaria, all we do is win.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I do remember the BC-52s. Yes, the Flintstone theme park was correct, and most of you got that correct. Well, about half of you got it right and got it wrong, but more of you got it correct than answered any other answer. What did that do to our leaderboard? Tom fell, but Zent, Annie, and Fish Are Friends rose up in the rankings.
Ah.
Next up, Riverside, Iowa claims to be the birthplace of whom? Paul Bunyan, Captain Kirk, Johnny Appleseed, or Babe the Blue Ox?
Which one?
One of these was born in Riverside, Iowa, not River City, Iowa. I was thinking of River City Ransom, the third-dimensional video game. It's very easy for us to get your real facts and your media confused because they're equally false to us.
Yes, that's entirely true.
Like 3 dimensions to us look as unreal as Super Mario looks to you.
Even less.
RCR slaps, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a fighting game, so there's lots of slapping going on. Oh, I mean, you're welcome. I couldn't do otherwise because any real difficult questions would just sort of transcend your lowly mind.
That's true. That's true. We wouldn't even
We
be
don't
able
need
to
that.
comprehend anything at the aquarium level. I had to have a lot of work done in order to even approach it.
I mean, we're also limited to 4 answers in that too many things are both true and untrue and semi-true at the same time for us.
That's true.
So, that's right. There's kicking as well in that game.
Yes. Very important. I added the kicking, actually. I was
Yes.
responsible
Thank
for
you for
that.
acknowledging that humans' brain thinks are bad.
Yes, brain things are
I appreciate
bad,
the deference
stupid
to our
human.
greatness. But here's our
That's a
next
wise
question.
human, knowing that their brain things are bad.
Yeah, knowing nothing is the only true knowledge for a third-dimensional being. I can know facts. Fish Are Friends rose up in the rankings and is on a hot streak again. But here's our next question. Which fruit or vegetable does not have a purple varietal? I don't like that we have to ask about food, but it's one of the few things third-dimensional beings know about. So is it a strawberry, a cauliflower, lime, or tomato? Hi, Henry. Hello, Head Cheese 126. Also, Henry.
Hi, honey.
Thank you for watching, Henry.
I always enjoy destroying Henry.
I mean, it's great. It's a perk. It's a perk of the
It's
job,
so
I'll have to
great.
admit.
So many different dimensions. Henry's always so great.
yeah, purple
I
is
love
purple hat.
destroying him.
There are purple varietals of hats, but there are not purple varietals of strawberry. What is a varietal? It's a type.
Yeah.
It's a type of...
Like how you're a type of lowly third dimensional
So-
being.
Also, another thing, so that Captain Kirk, the Captain Kirk Museum is actually located behind a hair salon and opened in 2008.
Yeah.
It was 1985 when they first claimed to be the birthplace of the future birthplace of Captain James T. Kirk because they're limited to a linear time scale.
Yeah.
And the purple tomatoes are produced by careful pollinating and selective breeding by third-dimensional scientists. And that's actually very similar to the process that we have used to make purple humans and purple people eaters.
Yeah.
Obviously, more quantum is involved. It's far more quantum.
Yeah. Lots of content.
Yeah, it is what you get when you make a red lime and a blue lime. I mean, that's pretty much what I said.
Yeah.
I don't...
I mean, yeah. I guess.
I agree. Obs. Redactyl.
Obs.
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 Now, let's go on to our next question. Actually, first, let's take a look at those rankings. Fisher Friends fell down to 4th, and Annie is up in 3rd, and and 3 players lost their answer streaks that round. That was a decisive round.
Die. You lost.
Oh, Jane Austen didn't publish Sense and Sensibility under her own name.
No.
What was her nom de plume? J. Austen, a lady, Austen Jane, or Charlotte Austen?
Our stupid lowly third dimensional being.
I mean, I feel like stupid lowly third dimensional being was implicit. I hope I hope it was taken as a given that a lowly third-dimensional being wrote that book, since it's so much about their manners and the breedings. And both of those, I find gross. And the correct answer was a lady. Ugh. Apologies for what happened to my voice there. It was the Joker. That's true. It was actually the Joker
Yes.
in many worlds, including the DC universe.
Yes, it was the Joker.
It was
like
the
specifically.
Joker, as in the Bears.
June, are you able to see through some dimensions? Because that's what these help me do. Did you steal my goggles?
Did you steal Quindar's goggles? Don't steal Quindar's goggles. Quindar very much needs those goggles to approximate what I would call vision.
Yes. Yes. There are many dimensions I would not be able to see without this and that.
Yeah, it
I
really
wouldn't
is.
be able to adequately serve the aquarium.
No, yeah, we'll leave you alone. Anyway, next question. What happened? Oh, Aquarium Cool is up in 5th now.
Aquarium are cool.
Which film won the first Academy Award for Best Picture? Was it A, Sunrise, All Quiet on the Western Front, Metropolis, or Wings? It was Piss. Purple Hat 98 says it was Piss. Probably in some dimension, but not in the one we're asking about.
Metropolis is my favorite one because this robot just destroys an entire city.
That is pretty nice.
Yeah.
The destruction is good. Cats won the final Academy Award, but not the first.
No. the
It was
final
Wings,
final.
and Wings is an interesting movie because it also actually inspired this from a movie called The Last Jedi.
I love The Last Jedi.
Or Kiesel didn't do something.
Kiesel!
Kiesel.
Kiesel, have you insulted the great Ryan Johnson, the only third-dimensional being besides George Lucas, here on his own free will?
Kiesel messed up. I don't think we're gonna get that pulled up. Kiesel. Actually, no, Kiesel. Kiesel's trying really hard to sort of make up for his error right now, but it's Kiesel, so it's sort of, it's difficult. Yes, Ryan Johnson, son of Plinkett and
Yes.
Brian Johnson. And we're almost 69% done of the trivia.
Almost. Very close, and then it'll be pretty nice, because you know how close we're going to be to your destruction?
I mean,
We're gonna be
so it's, I'm not gonna,
41%
Kiesel
closer.
can't get it pulled up, but it's that shot, that tracking shot through all the people on Canto Bight. Bull City by the Bay. I don't agree with that
Thank
at all.
you. I got these when I had to go feed George Lucas.
Yes, George Lucas was feeling cranky that day.
Yeah, I
and
was
so-
a little cranky. It was my fault. It was my fault. It was my fault. I didn't watch out for his extra tentacles.
That feeding session, he was feeling a little faster and more intense, so it got a little rough. But here we go.
He
Next.
grew 3 extra ones. I didn't know.
Look, the human zoo is a very dangerous place.
It has.
And what happened to the score there? Dr. Pee took 5th place.
Yeah.
20 out of 40. What happens during the Lincoln County process, which Tennesseans added to the whiskey making process? Ugh, more matter consumption.
But it's poison to them.
Yeah, that's true. It does kill them. That's pretty good.
Slowly.
Do new aromatic compounds form when the booze is vigorously stirred? Does a portion of aromatic compounds get removed by charcoal? Are new aromatic compounds made when the booze is heated in the barrel? Or are aromatic compounds from sweet woods leached into the whiskey? I know a lot of third-dimensional beings really enjoy whiskey.
It's poison, so I like that.
It's
one of the
poison.
best poisons.
Well, goodbye, Trillis Pug. I don't know if you got it wrong, but
Like, you can quit now. It's not like we're going to be able to find you and
I
kill
like
you
to
later.
bet that third-dimensional beings got a question wrong. But 5 of you got that right, so let's see what that did to the board. Tom is now in 5th. The fight over 5th is fierce. Bean and Zent are pretty high, neck and neck for 1st, but it's still anyone's game out of those 2, but I think the rest of you still can come back. There's still plenty of questions, and the gaps are actually fairly small because each question is worth 1,000 points.
Yes.
So it's anyone's game still.
That's true.
21
But
out
every
of
time
40.
you lose a question, you lose a limb, so...
That's true. So tentacle monsters out there have a real advantage.
Oh, yeah.
But what behavior has been observed in macaques, both living around humans and not? Weaving grass, wearing foot coverings, flossing their teeth, or bartering?
This means it's a thing that they didn't learn from the terrible third-dimensional mutation of apes.
Yes.
Humans. It's terrible. It's terrible. Your cocks?
That's true. I mean,
Your
they do probably pee and poo as well. But the answer is flossing their teeth. Macaques, these macaques that this was about actually lived near a Buddhist monastery, and it's believed that monkeys saw them and then taught each other how to floss. And female macaques even performed exaggerated flossing movements in the presence of youngsters to teach them how to do it. Similar to how we perform very exaggerated planet destroyer operations amongst young aquarium.
Yeah.
To teach them how to operate the important gear that only aquarium are allowed to operate.
It's so much fun
But
to
here's-
watch them learn.
It's very fun. Here's the next question. Because I assume... Oh no, Zent is up in first. Fisher Friends are in third. And Dr. PP is in fourth. And Sunny Shine actually was the highest climber of that game, though going up 3 spots.
Sunny Shine? Are you referring to how suns and stars can grow so large that they completely engulf all of the life-bearing planets nearby?
I mean, look at the stars. Just look how they shine for you and everything you do. Here we go. Which is not a way people have used or are investigating using bat guano.
It's their poop.
Ugh. It's their poo-poo, which I just find disgusting. I don't like poo-poo or pee-pee because it implies matter consumption has occurred. That's just disgusting to me.
Disgusting. I'm so sorry about our digestive
Why can't you
systems.
just survive on pure hay? Not you. You do now. But why can't the third-dimensional beings watching just survive on pure hay?
I'm sorry, Fluval. You're so terrifying
Good.
that I'm shocked to my core
Good.
with your anger because I fear you and worship.
It's adhesives. They haven't used it in adhesives.
No.
Bat guano can actually be used in gunpowder, which is something it has going for it. It can also be used in protein powder because the bats eat bugs, and so their guano has chitin.
It also features heavily in the Aquaria-produced Batman movie.
Yes. Yes, it does. Ugh.
I executive produced that one.
Zent Ray increased their points, and so let's go on to the next question. Which Star Wars character is partially named after George Lucas's son?
Which one?
Is it Rick Ollier, Captain Obvious, Baron Natulewski Papanoidea, Dexter Jetster, or Max Rebo?
Fourth-dimensional beings, of course, enjoy workplace abuse. It's one of the ways in which they are more advanced than third-dimensional beings. But fifth-dimensional beings, only fifth-dimensional beings are able to truly appreciate all of the subtleties
It was Dexter Jetster.
of pain and suffering that can be experienced.
George Lucas's son is named Jet, and so he named the character Dexter Jetster. That's also why in many third dimensions, this stream is tagged with evil characters.
Yeah.
Because, I guess, if you have to function under your limited third-dimensional morality, I'm one of those. Chaotic, lawful, neutral, who knows? Lawful in that I obey Grand Emperor Aquion's every whim, but
Of course.
beyond for other laws,
He is all law.
he is the law.
Law that is not of Grand Emperor Aquilon. It's but drivel.
I agree, you are. But what is Google's original name? Google! Backrub, alphabet, or Google. Like the number.
Yeah.
I don't know if your lowly third-dimensional math has Google, but it might.
It might. It might also have Gimghoul.
Sound off in the comments if Gimghoul and Google are numbers in your maths.
That's how we measure the amount of chaos that can be performed by frat guys.
It was Backrub,
It was background.
which is just a kind of, just gonna put it out there, kind of a creepy thing to name your search engine.
It's extremely creepy. Because third-dimensional beings can't help but be creepy. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
I'm so sorry. I'm so creepy.
look, if you have to interrupt me, at least you're doing it to yell at your fellow third-dimensional beings in turn. Sure.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing happened to the ratings.
So
Let's go
sorry.
next. Next question. German philosopher Walter Benjamin wrote which iconic essay? No, they did not write piss.
You lovely third-dimensional beings think that you're going to get the
I don't
vote.
know. Larry
Oh,
Page and Sergey
The
Brin started Google.
amazing.
Which of these was written by Walter
Incredible.
Benjamin? Existentialism is a humanism. Notes on Camp. Walter's wise words, or the work of art in the age of mechanical reproduction. Oh, Urinetown. You're talking about Urinetown.
I wrote that one too.
The answer is the work of art in the age of mechanical reproduction. It's about how art loses its aura of one-of-a-kindness once it can be duplicated, which I just have to say, I find to be an awfully limited non-quantum perspective because all art exists in all points in time at once. So obviously no art is truly one-of-a-kind because it exists in multiple times. So you can always go to 1 minute in the future and pull that art back to now. And now there's two of these one-of-a-kind works.
The only kind of one-of-a-kind work is that of the pain and suffering experienced by a third-dimensional being. Each one is unique like a snowflake.
Yes and no at the same time. Let's see. Oh yeah, existentialism is. Oh wait, what? Oh, about Piss the Musical. Okay. Existentialism, Humanism is by Jean-Paul Sartre.
Yeah.
Notes on Camp is by Susan Sontag.
Yeah.
And Walter's Wise Words is by Walter White.
Yes.
Fish Are Friends went down and now, oh wow. Cruds was the highest climber this time. They went up 4 places, and Sunnyshine is up in 3rd on the leaderboard. But Zent and Bean are up fighting for 1st and 2nd place so far. 26 out of 40. Against which popular beverage did Sweden's king, Gustav III, have a vendetta? A. Mr. Cucumber, world's greatest soda. Coffee, tea, or alcohol? I mean,
I mean, I
third-dimensional
could do
beings
that all
do
you
piss
want.
themselves a lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Cucumber, coffee, tea, or alcohol?
It's
Which is it?
Wonderfully embarrassing for third-dimensional beings, which is that
Right.
beautiful kind of
I do
suffering.
approve of King Gustav III having a vendetta against one beverage because we have a vendetta against all matter
Yes.
consumption, so it actually is interesting.
It's a little, just a little bit less degenerate.
The answer was coffee. It was a new craze in Europe,
Yeah.
and he offered to commute 2 twins' death sentences if they agreed to participate in an experiment, where he gave them 3. He had one drink 3 pots of coffee a day, and the other drank 3 pots of tea a day. Then they were going to see who died first.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, on the grand scale, they died basically at the same time. But actually, even third-dimensional beings don't know
No.
the answer because the coffee drinker outlived everyone else involved in the experiment. The king was killed not long after. And the scientists who were supposed to measure the experiment also died before the coffee drinker. So we'll never know the answer. It also may not have happened.
I made Monster Energy drink. They turn people into monsters, and then the monsters go on rampages and then turn all of the other third-dimensional beings into energy drinks for monsters.
Being the living food has taken first place. So that's great. What is a truel?
Wow.
Is a truel a duel between 3 people? A duel declared over a slight independently verified to have happened? A duel where the selected weapon is a trowel? Or a duel held while being truant from school?
No, you don't get credit.
No. But which of these is a truel? Obviously, as you can tell... Well, no, you can't actually. That is actually not a picture of a truel. It's a picture of a duel. A truel is a duel between 3 people. I just liked the trowel one. And the true duel, a truel. But that most of you got that right, so good job on knowing how third-dimensional beings kill each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, everyone on the leaderboard got more points for that, so it's remained static in this chaotic universe of ours.
Yeah.
Here's your next question. What was the first toy to be advertised on television? It is not piss. I will say it is not piss. Is it the Slinky, the Watto Koosh Ball, Radio Flyer Wagons, or Mr. Potato Head?
I tried having piss in a couple of the dimensions that I created to, judge what we could do to create more agony, and it typically led to, this, like violence-free utopia. I don't know what it is about piss and third-dimensional beings not killing each other.
I like the Watto Koosh Bowl. Doink it. Miss Piss-a-Lot Potty Trainer. The answer is Mr. Potato Head, though in some universes there are Mr. Piss-tato Heads where they solidify a ball of urine and then you can stick funny faces on it. Mr. Potato Head was first created in 1952 by Hasbro Inc., which at that point was the Hassenfeld Brothers Company in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. On April 30th of that same year, the toy appeared in the first commercial that was aimed at children instead of adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I invented advertising.
Third-dimensional beings are incorrectly hydrated. It's not the degrees that they did it through consuming the matter, not just living in it.
It's horrifying.
Gotta live in your water. Oh, wow, Zet is back in first. Next question. While we don't approve of matter consumption, we love the commercialism of Pez. Why are they called Pez?
Why?
Are they named after their inventor, Pieter Evan Zimmerman? It's a fun-sounding nonsense word. It's an onomatopoeia for the sound the dispenser makes when you pull it up.
Piss, piss.
Or is it derived from the German word for peppermint?
I like how they clog up the oceans.
Also, we invented something very similar to a Pez where you stick a third-dimensional being's head on top of a dispenser while it still lives, and we can pull its hate in tablets outside of it, and then dissolve those tablets to fuel even more hatred.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Most of you got that correct. It is derived from the word for peppermint. It's pfefferminz, and the P, the E in the middle, and the Z were turned into Pez. What did that do to the leaderboards? And so many of you got that correct. Bean, the living food, is back in first. Annie is in fourth, and Lust Pee-Pee is the highest climber. I guess they're a grower. But now our next question. Which is a real set of sister cities? A. Boring, Oregon and Dull, Scotland. Hell, Michigan and Swede Heaven, Washington. Richmond, California and Richmond, Virginia. Or Patty, Ohio and Selma, Alabama. Piz Dispenser. Piz Dispenser is not the name of a real city, so that is not the correct answer.
No.
Again, in your world.
No.
There is Piz World where everything is named Piz.
That's true.
And the beings who live there are hopping Pez dispensers, but that's not this one. It is Boring, Oregon and Dull, Scotland.
That's actually what the Pez things are in the other dimensions where they're sold. I went to Piz and I kidnap a bunch of them every year. And then we freeze-dry them and sell them.
A Piz dispenser is apparently urethra, which is a piece of anatomy some third-dimensional beings have.
Okay. I had mine removed.
It's not a city, though, for sure. So I don't know why people answered that for that question. That's weird. Third-dimensional beings, what are you going to do? Next up, Bean has fallen. Zent has retaken the lead, and Fish Are Friends is also up, and Filet-O-Fish is the highest climber. You cannot eat us.
No.
We are not actually fish. We just appear as fish to you lowly third-dimensional beings. Just want that clear as well.
Yeah. Not fish.
We
not
transcend
third-dimensional fish.
any sort of measurement like that. But let's see the next question. Chefs are monsters who help humans consume matter. What are their hats called? A. Tall boys. B. A fedora, milady. Toques or bucket hats. Oh, apparently Kyle is a Piz dispenser. Oh, I didn't know urethra could play.
Interesting. What dimension are you from? I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna rip all of you out of your atmosphere and watch as you suffocate in the void of space.
That's just nice, wholesome fun.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Toque. And I just need to note that anyone who got that wrong is a fool of a Toque. Canada squad knows yellow is wrong. Yellow is right.
Yellow is
right,
correct.
Trillist pug.
Yellow is correct.
Yeah. I don't know who's this. Yeah, I know. In Canada it is. Fight you? I would kill you so easily. You are but a pug.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
Oh my god. You are correct. Happy
Yes,
bro.
you are correct that you're a fool, but
Yellow is in fact yellow. This is one of the only true things, honestly, across dimensions. And so it's pretty wise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna, I love proving,
It's
I-
also the color of my energy.
it's true. Yellow is the color of your energy. But I love pointing out that third dimensional beings are wrong about things, so forgive me for this moment of distraction. But yeah, no, you're wrong.
You don't have to Fluval.
I know I don't have to. I just want to prove that dog wrong.
But you don't have to ask for forgiveness from lower third dimensional beings. Fluval, you're so great.
I'm in a weird mood. My tank must have been under full. But see, boom! A chef's hat is officially called a took.
Yeah.
Look, read 'em and weep, Trillis Pug.
Weep!
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 And
I
this
love
is from
dog
Auguste Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, which sounds French enough that they definitely know about culinary arts. And I'm disgusted that they know so much about culinary arts, but come to Dog Earth and say that. Oh,
Friend, we've destroyed
so many dog Earths.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Also, yeah, I thought Trillis Pug was quitting a while ago, but I guess we're still cursed by that cursed dog.
Cursed dog.
But anyway, let's get back to the quiz, huh? Let's see. The next question is... Actually, wait, first, I so enjoyed pointing out how wrong that dog was that I forgot that we actually have to look at the leaderboard. Hate distracts me sometimes. Bean is back in first, Dr. PP is in fifth, and Filet-O-Fish is still the highest climber. Next question. What was the first feature-length animated film released by humans? Quitting is for quitters, that's true. Was it Cartoon Monsoon, Pinocchio, Steamboat Willie, or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
Which one?
Fun fact that I'm going to share a fun fact about this movie after this question's done. So I hope you're all ready for fun.
I love fun facts.
Good.
Especially when it's your kind of fun.
Thank you. I mean, it's a less tortury fun than I usually engage in, but yes, it was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. What my fun fact is, while in many dimensions that was released by the Walt Disney Company, in the most blessed dimensions, it was released by the Lillian Bounds Animation Corporation. And you'll learn more about Lillian Bounds Animation Corporation on a future episode of our shows, but Lillian Bounds is just so much
She's
better
so
than Walt.
much better
Walt-
than
Walt-
Walt. Oh my God.
Walt
Walt
Bounds.
Bounds? Can you imagine Walt Bounds
No.
actually running the corporation? He probably isn't stupid, like keep his head in a fucking jar.
I mean, Disney World?
Disney? What a... Ugh.
Not the
Ugh.
not the Bounds compound
Not
theme
the-
park.
The Bounds compound? We're going to overtake you by leaps and bounds? I mean, come on.
It's an impoverished world after all.
We're going to overtake you by Disney? What, is he going to knee them in the groin? He's dead.
What would even be the version of her song that has the lyrics? It's a world of torture, it's a world of fear. Like, a torture, a world of fear. Like, it's just... What would it be? Oh, Pisney World is also another alternate world. Bounds theme park is just one big bouncy house of hell. The bouncy house of hell is one of the best compounds within the compound.
That's my
It's a
favorite one.
destroyed world after all. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a destroyed world after all.
We've definitely destroyed a number of Bounds worlds. But let's see. Oh, Dr. PP's moving up. Cruds is back in the game after a streak of 3 answers in a row. Cruds is actually what many beings have shouted as we destroyed their world. But let's look at the next question. While filming the scene where Vader reveals he's Luke's father, what did the actor in the Vader suit say on set? Did he say, I killed your father? Obi-Wan killed your father? Your father sold you to protect you? Or I am your father? One of these was what the actor in the suit said. Which is it?
We didn't invite him to our George Lucas convention.
No. Also, I'll do. Darth Vader doesn't need to try to impress us with his swollenness. It was Obi-Wan killed your father. I am your father was not known by the actor in the Vader suit at the time. Not even James Earl Jones. Only Mark. Not sorry. I don't need to stop saying that. Only Mark Hamill, George Lucas, and the director Irving Kershner knew that Vader was Luke's father. And when they told Mark Hamill the truth, they said, "Mark, you are the only other person who knows this. So if we leak it, if it leaks, we will know it was you." And he was terrified. And Harrison Ford turned around to him at the premiere and said, "Why didn't you tell me?" Get out of here, Harrison!
We killed him.
Look, he kept flying planes into our ships, and it was just too much.
No.
Leaks.
Not a good fit for the human zoo.
So here's the rankings. Let's go on next. Which of the following is unique to humans living amongst Earth species? Having a chin, having an appendix, having keels, or having tonsils? Which of these is a unique thing amongst humans from you lowly third-dimensional beings?
That's where my tonsils are.
Oh yeah, we surprisingly, with all we removed from you, we didn't remove your tonsils. Does the human zoo have a petting zoo?
That's actually where the hate is stored.
The
In
tonsils?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 of you got that correct. The answer is a chin. We're not entirely sure. Well, we know why, but humans aren't entirely sure why humans have a chin. It's thought it might be because, yeah, great apes don't have one, but it deflects punches. It also may be because y'all do language so much, using your tongues, whereas we just use our thoughts and project it directly from our heads, which is a much more civilized way to speak.
They did do that. That was very insightful of you, Purple Hat.
What did they do?
They put the tonsils into the soles of my feet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but Fish, our friends gained points, but otherwise the top of the scoreboard seems pretty static, and it looks like no one's streak continued, because I didn't get any notice about that.
Go losers.
So let's go on to the next question. What is the warmest sea on Earth? Is it the Black Sea, the Hot Sea, the Red Sea, or the Dead Sea? One of these seas is the warmest.
And this isn't the ones that we caused to boil?
No, yes. This is not Earths where we intentionally boiled them. Or oh wow, you got punched today.
That's awesome! Oh my god! Ah! Yay!
I'm so
Does it
impressed.
hurt? I
Whoever
bet it
did the punching.
hurts. Thank you for sharing your pain with us.
Thank you for sharing your pain. It is the Red Sea, in fact. It is the Red Sea. Let's see what that did. Haha, let's see. Let's see what that did to the rankings.
We don't like to hear that you're okay. Renando.
I was hoping you were hurt. But Dr. PP has risen up to 3rd. This is the story of the long rise of Dr. PP. A real grower in the rankings.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what's coming up next. What did Jim Henson use to make the first Kermit the Frog? 2 halves of a cue ball and felt from a pool table, his mother's old coat and 2 halves of a ping pong ball, a curtain and 2 buttons, or the skin and eyes of a frog. Which is it? It's not easy being green, but which did presumably Jim Henson used to very easily make Kermit the Frog.
Have you seen my Muppet show where I take Jim Henson and turn him into a puppet?
I did love that, and
He
and-
was still alive.
and forcing Frank Oz to provide the voice was so wonderful as well.
Yeah.
It was his mother's old coat and 2 halves of ping pong balls. 8 of you got that correct, so let's see what that does to those rankings. Bean and Scent are increasing their lead over the rest of the pack. But next question. Project X-Ray was the codename for which animal-based bomb developed by the US of A? Is it A, 30 to 50 feral hogs with nothing attached, rats with EMPs attached, pigeons with blast bombs attached, or bats with incendiary devices attached? One of these is a real weapon invented by the US government.
The one that I invented just has humans in the bomb. And then the bomb goes off. And the humans die.
I mean, why is it not anything to joke about? It causes so much pain. It sounds like the perfect thing to joke about. The answer was D, and bats with incendiary devices attached. Decent amount of you got that correct, too. I'm glad to hear that you know so much about suffering.
Ah, that's lovely. I hope that actually, like, worked in your multiverse, in your dimension.
I mean, we can only hope.
Yeah.
Just everyone who cemented their lead is still there. Next question. What does the noble guppy do when they're ready to fight? A, they inflate their forehead like a battering ram. Their eyes turn black if they flare out their sharp scales to cut someone. Or they glow bright red, similarly to how my hologram's glowing right now.
It's amazing.
Which is it?
Red is the color of anger.
Red is the color of my energy!
It is. It's the best color.
I mean, absolutely. That's why it's hate in the dark side in those Star Wars movies. Is that George Lucas knew our superiority.
Yeah.
Oh, the answer is B. Their eyes turn black. Only one of you got that correct. So only one of you knows about the noble guppy. And I'm disappointed. They specifically, by the way, turn their eyes black when they reckon they'll have a chance of winning the fight.
Yeah.
Yes, like a doll's eyes.
Yes.
Redactyl. It's just like a creepy doll's eyes. It's like the creepy dolls you can see on Up Close with HPV.
Yeah.
Airing on the Grand Aquarium Empire Network. Nope, no one in the leaderboard got that correct, so I don't know who got it right, but someone did. What fantastical device drove the plot on the Fonz and the Happy Days gang, which was the cartoon spin-off of the classic sitcom Happy Days? Is it A, a time machine? Is it an enchanted leather jacket? A jukebox, which allows the Fonz to travel across dimensions? Or Mork from Ork's spaceship? As another fun fact about this TV show, it had Fonz teaming up with a dog named Mr. Cool. The answer is a time machine. 2 of you got that correct, and that time machine was actually given to the Fonz by a girl from the future named Cupcake. Let's see who got that correct.
It was me, except that was on sad days.
Fish Our Friends did, and so Fish Our Friends is now closing in on Sunny Shine Starflower. If Fish Our Friends gets then one more answer correct, they'll actually overtake Sunny Shine Starflower. Final question. Which of these traits is not found in fish and is likely an adaptation of living on land? Color vision, tongues, nostrils, or hairy ear cells? Did the dog have a leather jacket? No. So I don't know if he was as cool as his name suggested. Tasting bad.
Ugh.
I mean, again,
Consuming
all matter
matter.
should not be consumed. I don't know what video Dizzy Cheese just shared with us. They just shared a link and provided absolutely no context. The answer is tongues. It's thought that land animals have tongues to help them eat, so it's disgusting. Because they can't just open their mouths and expect water to bring in their food. The bean rises. Yep, probably.
Or
Wait,
special rays to bring
who's
hate.
Bean? How do you know? Oh, okay. I think Purple Hat is Bean. Let's see the final podium. In 3rd place was Dr. PP. Waving around the PP. Zet in 2nd place. And number 1 is Bean. And runners up were Sunny Shine and Fish Are Friends.
Yeah! Oh my god!
Thank you all for playing.
Thank you all so much, Fluval. Tell them what they win.
Well, Bean, if you're in the chat, Bean, would you like to come on the show and receive your reward?
Would you like to? Would you like to receive your reward?
Bean, tell me in the chat if you'd like to receive your reward.
Would you like to receive your reward?
No cam, but they're in. Okay, let me get Bean on the line. It'll be a few moments, so I think you all just have to sort of stew in your misery that we hope you feel right now. Because it's the only appropriate reaction after you all failed so amazingly. And obviously, you can explain what explain the deal of the show.
Well, first off, we definitely rigged it to make sure that injustice was part of it.
Absolutely.
Kyle. So thank you for noticing that.
Wait, your number was not higher than Beans. Beans won because they got the most points.
But we also worked injustice into it. So via
Oh.
some sort of quantum.
That is an unfair advantage.
That is an unfair
Oh.
advantage.
No, we will always accept praise.
Thank you.
Lovely third dimensional beings praising us is the appropriate relationship between us. So, good job, Bull City. By the way, that is the warranted reaction.
We fully endorse cheating because it is part of injustice,
Yeah.
which is a
Why
higher
didn't you cheat?
dimensional energy.
Like, why didn't you cheat?
You should have also cheated. Justice is for the weak. Exactly. That's why you need to have the conception of justice in order to.
Oh, by the way, Bean, you should see the link on Discord.
the sweet feelings of injustice. Wow. I'm very.
Oh, okay.
very
King of the Beans is here.
King of the Bands.
Hello, King of the Beans.
Hello.
Yo, blow up my planet. Do it. Do it. Do it. You won't. Blow up my planet. Let's go. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it.
They always sound so confident.
I mean, they sound so
Well-being.
confident we won't do it. Like,
Guess what you win?
Do it.
Not
Blow me
only
up.
are we going to destroy your planet
look at his
today,
world right now.
but we stole you, and you're going to be forced into our intern orientation program.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Congratulations.
If you
Oh,
survive,
no.
you can be an intern just like me.
Oh no.
Yay!
I can't afford airfare.
I mean,
Yay! Crippling
look,
that.
a mysterious car will pick you up and drive you to Kiesel's intern garage. So,
You will, however, be expected to pay that airfare.
That sucks. You should blow up my planet now.
Oh, you'll survive. Don't you
Yeah,
worry, Vina.
Oh no.
anyway, I mean, you know what? Yeah, I guess if you insist, I guess
Yeah,
we
please.
do. We
I mean, we're gonna blow up your planet because we're gonna make you watch.
Do it. No more mother-in-law.
wait, but I mean,
Oh,
look
we
at it.
saved her too.
But look at it.
No!
Everyone you've ever known and anything you ever loved is right there on that little blue dot.
Right there.
Are you
That's
sure
not
you
blue
want us
dot.
to destroy it? I mean,
Are
Yes,
you sure,
confident.
babe?
Final answer. I'd like
Sure.
269 on that.
Final answer. You want
this
a
is not Who Wants
69.
269 with Mark Nirvana, though that is a
It's an excellent.
It's for a third dimensional being, it's an
program. For a
excellent
third
show.
dimensional being, yeah.
But okay, yeah, I mean, okay, if
Yeah.
suffering is the best answer, I agree. Third dimensional suffering is always the best answer. So, you know, since you insisted, we'll
Please.
definitely cut to Planet Cam.
Yeah!
Bean World's gone. The King of the Beans lives on without his world.
But he does live with his mother-in-law.
Oh yeah, his mother-in-law is still alive. How do you feel about that, Mr. Beans?
I
I don't care how you feel about it. Anyway,
Yay!
this has been Grand Trivia with Fluval, Grand Triviamaster of the Aquarium Empire.
Fluval. He's so great. I know you're also grateful to have experienced the pain and suffering that you did tonight. Join us in your time next week.
And also, all third dimensional beings should now rise for the
yes.
Aquarium National Anthem as we end the
Yes.
show.
If you don't, we'll know.
When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will lead the planets and destruction will rule the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. Harmony and understanding, blah. Sympathy and trust abounding, falsehood and derision, golden living dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelations, and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will leave the planets and destruction will rule the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius.